What up, y'all? I am Sin.
I'm Joy, and welcome to Big Girl Pantease, where you get a plate of positivity, a side of bluntness, with accountability for dessert, because
accountability ain't a dirty word.
Boop.
Guys, we want to welcome all of our first-time Pantease gang to our podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for checking us out. Please like, share, subscribe. Check out season 1, which has 10 great episodes on YouTube and every place that you stream your podcast.
DSPs.
We are, your DSPs. And we are now filming episode 3 of season 2. So for all of our back Pantease gang returning, we thank you so much for coming back to check us out. We thank you for rocking with us, loving us, liking, sharing, subscribing. We so appreciate you so much. We're so happy to be here after the retrograde is now finally over. We're in the last period.
We're wrapping up that
that motherfucker over.
Yeah, we're wrapping up the shadow phase.
God.
So we're all happy to see it go on this rainy day.
Yes.
So as usual, we have our interesting names for episodes, and they're always from a story that has happened in our lives. We'll leave the story alone. Why it came up, because
we'll get into that.
Today's episode, just to jump right in, it is entitled Pantease.
Yeah, that is a loaded topic.
Entitled.
Yes,
so if you actually look up entitled in the dictionary, which is what we like to do, believing oneself to be inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. Let's use it in a sentence.
Yes,
Kids who feel entitled think the world revolves around them. So
that sounds like a little narcissistic behavior. We'll get into that.
Right. But also, we're not clinical psychologists. No. That's the other thing. Everyone keeps throwing these words around: trauma, narcissist, unless you're a clinical physician,
you can diagnose somebody.
And then you could diagose somebody. But
if
it's
you've
like
been around a block,
but
when you see behavior.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but we're not doctors, so we can't diagnose what's happening.
We're not prescribing medication.
No,
we're just
smoke a blunt and call
it
a
day. Together.
Call it a day.
Wrap it up.
But how this came along was I was having a conversation with a friend who has a friend that was dealing with a situation with someone that they were close to in their lives. And they came to me for some advice. And I will just, to jump into it, to share the story. So speaking of entitlement is basically treating anyone exactly any way that you feel, saying what you want, doing what you want, and not thinking about any of the consideration of other people. And in this story that my friend was telling me, she had a friend who owed her money for almost a year and a half. And she was lenient with that friend because the friend was having issues financially. But when I sat down and talked to her about it, she was kind of heated because even though she was giving grace, my favorite, the friend, because of her financial situation and telling her, she said to her she could pay back whenever, that friend proceeded to pay her in increments, as far as I know. And then she still owed her a bit. But also, while owing, at the same time, has gone on 2 vacations and didn't pay her back the money because her friend had said to her friend that it was okay. So as far as entitlement goes,
hell no.
I believe I told her that it's important for her to set boundaries because I think that's the first thing. She didn't set boundaries in that friendship. So the person thought that she could basically walk all over her. And in being nice, she essentially...
You're not going to be on vacation with my fucking money. That's what
right.
We're not doing.
So that was the first level of entitlement that I was just like, this person is entitled because they...
I couldn't even go on a trip.
I don't like owing people money, period.
Look, if I owed you $2, Joy, would I not...
She would sell me this bitch. Sorry, I don't mean to call you names.
Yeah, this bitch.
This bitch will sell me $350, $175. Like, did you just do that? And it's not about it's not about the money because we both do really well.
Yes.
And it's not about
Thank
the
God.
money.
We are blessed.
And we're
It's not
grateful.
about
We're
the
not
money.
we're not throwing it. It's the principle of
It's
it.
the principality. The
Get out-
principality out this
It's the
motherfucker.
principality of, the entitlement of knowing that you owe someone
You
in life
rocking
money.
Yeezys and you owe me a G? No.
See,
that's what
I
we're
don't.
not
No,
doing.
I don't even think it was
I don't
that
care
much.
If,
I don't.
I don't care if it's $2. What you're not gonna do is be doing your own thing and you owe me money.
Yeah.
It's just, and you're not gonna keep giving me excuses about it.
Right. And I asked her about it too. I asked my friend. I was like, "Did what happened?" She said she paid her in increments, but still owes her a few hundred and has gone on 2 vacations in the meantime. So entitlement is basically that this person, because the friend has it, the friend is well off, and her friend that she loaned the money to is not very well off, and that's the reason why she gave her some leniency towards it. But then she gave her an inch, and she took 25,000 miles.
And how long did you say that the friend said that it's been? You said a year?
I think she's. If I remember, the girl has owed my friend money for about a year.
So every time you go out to eat, every time you get your hair done, because I know how
your
much
nails
my hair
done,
my nails done, when I got
my
them
clothes,
done, my pedicures,
things like that.
I eat well, I drink well.
Right.
So I'm out eating and drinking well.
Yes, and you owe money. Welcome to entitlement. That's my one, because we like to do 5 apiece. So I just set it off with the beginning. So that's another.
Set it off on the left, yeah.
Set it off, girl. I hope you get your money soon, boo. That's all I got to say to my friend.
I would be sick to my stomach. I could never, I can't go anywhere or do anything if I owe somebody. I can't lay down comfortably and say that I am. Well,
funny
the
thing
that I've said I'm supposed to be, and I owe people. It's one thing to owe somebody. Everyone goes through shit. I understand that, but I would be eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I don't even eat PB and J. I'm a ham and Swiss chick.
I no longer talk to that owes me $1,400. I don't talk to them no more. You already know the situation. Entitlement.
And you're supposed to be, you owe people money, but you're flossing. You're living a life that you really are not supposed to be living.
Because you're entitled. You're entitled.
Well,
you're entitled.
Good luck to
and
your
you
friend,
think
get
that
her money back.
I hope my friend will get her money back. Homeboy who owes me money, yeah, I said it. Still owes me. And I've let that go.
I know that situation.
I've let that go. But it's the entitlement. It's the entitlement of it.
A nigga ain't never gonna pay back their debts. It is what it is. You just gotta let
karma,
it go. You are blessed and highly favored.
Exactly. And karma keep biting them in the ass. But I don't check for none of them.
No,
my point is I'm just trying to explain today's show of entitled Pantease. So that's mine.
Some people out there doing some shit, man. Okay.
Dirty.
My entitlement, I broke down. This is another thing. As you will notice, Joy and I do not. We talk about the topic. We agree on the topic, and then we do our own things. 5 bullets. As Joy will say, I'm an Aquarian, but because of my moon, shut up.
No, your moon is Aquarius. Because of her rising,
my rising
I'm quiet.
sign. I am very detailed, so I kind of broke it down by
you telling on yourself. I said you're telling on yourself.
I'm not. Don't say nothing.
That boy, you're telling on yourself.
Don't say nothing.
Otis. Okay.
Don't say nothing. We don't want to lose no viewership. I love you all. All of you are great. Mm-hmm. No, I broke it down on my 5 points differently. So my first is self-entitlement. I almost put it last.
Self-entitlement. Please continue.
Entitled. Yes. I almost put it last because nobody wants to do the man in the mirror. No one wants to point in. And if I'm going to be transparent, and if we are here, if we are here to uplift, encourage, inspire, and be authentic,
and be transparent,
then I have to start with me first. So my first one of entitled Pantease is self. And for years, I felt entitled to a good life because I felt I was a good person overall. Don't mean that you deserve it or you deserve it over other people.
Okay, that was... I don't know exactly how to deal with that because aren't you supposed to want the best for yourself?
You are, but when you want it but not doing the steps to get it, That's entitlement.
You feel like you should just wake up and here it is.
I'm
me. I'm me, and that's why
I'm supposed to get the good life because I've put good juju out, because I've sown seeds into the kingdom of heaven, because I've given to my church, because I've been a good person, because I gave the homeless person money, because I do that. No, that doll face, that does not entitle you to a good life, because you still have to work for what you want. You still have to put forth one step. I think that I can't remember the exact quote, but it's a quote by Martin Luther King. You take one step and God will take the rest. Pretty much.
Take one step before you see the whole staircase.
Before you see this whole staircase. Mm-hmm. And that's all it means is faith. And you have to take that step though. And a lot of people don't believe in that. They just think because they wake up and they do little things here and there, little yin around the house. In the words of Pam telling Gina, you ain't all that as a singer when Biggie was on that. It's cute for like yin around the house. It's okay when you yin around the house, but that does not entitle you to a good life. And I realize entitlement and being entitled to a good life means you have to work for it. Yeah. You have to get up and do your thug thizzle, your due diligence in this world, not just helping other people and trying to be the best person you can be, which is why I believe we were put here. But you have to do your part. You can't just sit back and just think, oh, I'm so entitled and I'm so fabulous.
And because I'm me.
Come to me because I'm me. No. And I think for years, especially in my 20s, I had that feeling because I was doing so many things and giving back in my society and to my community and giving back to people that I love and investing in people. I thought I was entitled to a good life. No, dollface, it don't work that way. Nothing is entitled to you. Everything is by the grace of God. And when you realize that, then you can remove self out of it and then you can move forward. And ego, which is a big part. So number one for me was self. What's yours?
I'll give you a self one. And this is actually a very funny, and it's a little embarrassing, but we said transparency. So, back in the day, this is probably about maybe 15 years ago. I used to swap jeans with my homegirls, right? So, do the clothes swap or whatever. And I was excited because I used to struggle with my weight. I was really big and then I got small, the whole situation. Mm-hmm. So I was actually the same size as one of my slim friends. And we had swapped jeans and there were these juicy jeans that I absolutely love. And I never gave those back to her because I felt like they just looked good on me and she had a bunch of designer shit that she wouldn't miss it. And that was fucking entitled to think that, again, 15 years ago, no judgment, that I could borrow this girl's jeans and just be like, nah, you ain't getting them back. You don't need them. You got a bunch.
But
juicy couture jeans.
Did you actually...
I just never gave them back.
Did you really look better in them, or was that in your head?
I didn't give a shit. I just kept them. I kept them.
I was trying to help you, bitch. I was like, if you kind of said in your head,
in my mind, they look good. Really they fit on me. They made the booty look nice. It was like,
I ain't give a shit.
You got a lot of jeans, girl. You're not missing these. And I kept them. And that was some entitled shit. That was so entitled of me to think because you had mad pairs of jeans, because you had mad clothes.
She ain't gonna miss it.
You're not gonna miss it. And that's not how it works. If you borrow something from someone, you give it back.
Yes.
Money, jeans, boyfriends, whatever. My point is,
you take my man, you can fucking have him because he wasn't meant for me to have. He old trifling ass motherfucking.
That's a whole other story. But go ahead. We were talking about entitlement.
I was juicy jeans. You told the era.
Juicy.
Girl, that was funny as hell. Okay?
I said 15 years ago.
You did. But
that's when Juicy was on fire. No, I'm keeping it real. We said transparency. I was on some foul shit.
Juicy jeans.
They were so cute. They were so cute.
I would have done the same because Juicy was the shit.
Yeah, no, you would have gave him back because you're not about that life. No, you're not that person.
Okay, so wow. Well, probably no. All right, best friend. What I probably would have did, I wouldn't have said nothing until she brought it up.
And every time she did, I told her I was going to bring him and never did.
Oh, no, you a whole nother level of disrespect.
Again.
I was trying to have your back throughout this whole
entitlement.
Story.
And I took accountability for it. Yes. And I would never do it again.
Was a dirty word on that shit.
Accountability didn't exist. These my jeans. Ho. Next.
I tried to rock with you. I tried to lean with it.
Nope.
It wasn't giving.
Nope.
You didn't give me. Okay.
It wasn't giving. And I still don't.
She
I don't
said,
know
"No,
where
I
those.
stand on
yeah,
that. I
I stand
took
on that. I stand on that
I was
bullshit.
like, well, maybe
it was bullshit, and I stand on it.
I love it.
Yeah, and that's
I'm
it.
not mad.
Accountability next.
Entitled Pantease. Number 2, work.
You be real staunch with your shit.
Yes, Dollface. You know how I get.
Mhm,
Work.
with your rising sign. Yep.
Co-workers who feel entitled to ask you to do their work because of their title. And I wrote it down. Bitch, please. What we're not doing is that. We all work hard. I bust my ass at my job and I love my job. I say this all the time, but sometimes people feel entitled because of their title. And it doesn't necessarily mean that their title is
entitled for the title.
Entitled for the title doesn't necessarily mean that their title is higher than yours, but some people feel that a title means shit. I was taught to treat everyone from the janitor to the CEO the same.
Yep.
Because everyone is a paycheck away from being unemployed, being broke, depending on how you spend your money. Just because you make 250, yes, just because you make 250,000 and someone makes 40, they could be on the same line of the unemployment line any given day.
Especially if they don't budget properly. Sorry to cut you off.
If they don't budget properly. But besides that, it's just like I have dealt with people who feel because they have a title that they feel means something, that they can project their work onto me. And that's an entitlement that I don't deal with. Not at this age in my life, not at this juncture in my life. I've worked too fucking hard. I've worked too hard in my career to get to the level to where people trust me.
Right.
To where this black woman, when she says no, it means no.
No
and
means
it's no
no
for a reason. Or when I have to work in a male-dominated world, whether it's through building management or vendors, and when I walk into a place and they're looking behind me because they expect to see a man, and I give them my business card and shake their hand and sit down with them, letting them know I'm the one negotiating this contract. Yes, it's this sister. It's no man coming to assist. It's me. You have my undivided attention, Dollface.
Continue.
I've had to deal with this for the 23 plus years I've been in corporate America. And when you still get to the point where people feel that because of their title, they can, can you do this? Or,
no.
Well, I don't. Dollface, this is what we're not doing. I work just as hard as anybody, and I bust my ass for any company I work for. And I know I've always been the type of person to speak up, but at my juncture in my life and my career now, I'm definitely not having certain things. So the entitlement of coworkers who think because they are swamped or stressed out based on what they got going on that they can allocate their workload to you and then be a bitch asshole or a bitch about it while they do it. No, sir.
At least be nice if you ask me to do your
play
shit.
The fucking
like, girl.
But I even go past that. I know passive aggressiveness and I know fakeness when I see it. And I don't tolerate either one of them. So you already messed up in that juncture, but at the same time, at least try to fake it. I don't tolerate, so I'm not
We don't fake nothing
We don't,
over here.
no, we don't fake nothing over here. So yeah, entitlement. Number 2, work, don't try me.
I have a question.
Yes.
Some, not all, because I never ever lump anyone into any category.
You can't.
But I want to know, why is it that if men spend a lot on a date, they feel like they're entitled to some
hate you
to some poolside? What's up with that? To some cookies? Wait. Well, you know,
look at the last one.
You don't hate me.
No, look
you
at the last one. Want to read it?
Yep.
Don't relationship out loud.
Without supplying
Best
nothing
friend.
to substance.
Best friend.
Well, okay, so I guess we're gonna lump it in. You could
No. I just love the fact that
we're
even
always
when
on the same page.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like I have been in my forward dating life before I was wrapped in. I found it very interesting that there was an expectation of sex because I like to be wined and dined. Do you understand that this is an interview? You haven't been hired. So you want to put your best foot forward for the interview. That doesn't mean you're going to get the job. Do you get the job of every interview you go on?
Don't flinch, hit the chat. Just saying.
Ooh, that was a whole nother story. I can't remember what Pantease that was in, but we told that story about homeboy who asked me out and then flinched when the check came.
He's one of my good friends. Sorry, motherfucker. I'm just going to keep it.
Yeah, and you know we told each other because we tell each other everything.
Yep.
So please don't feel entitled to some ass because you bought dinner.
I don't give a damn if it's the bill was 100 or if the bill was 400.
It could be. Here's my thing. First of all, when I say don't date beyond your means, it's not about
No, you
women.
mean
It's
it.
about don't offer up a date that you can't afford. If you can only afford some pizza,
then you
invite them to go get some pizza. If you can only afford, a picnic in the park. First of all, it's the effort. It's the fact that you put something into it. It's not about how much money you've spent. But it annoys me when men spend some, not all, some. So let me make sure I drive that point home because I'm not lumping all men into anything because I hate when men do that to women.
Yep.
Or people do that to people.
You can't lump you can't generalize.
But right, exactly. I don't do generalizations.
You don't either.
But I have had some instances in my life and I know of people who have had the same. So I'm curious about the entitlement of that exchange of goods and services. So, boom.
Oh, I can't wait to get to my fifth one. Oh, my best friend.
I bet you we probably have the same thing, but go ahead.
My best friend. I love it. Number 3 is friends who are selfish in their ask of you, but move funny.
That kind of ties into one. For me.
Yeah, that's what I said. We are so in sync
Yeah,
with
like
this. What you're not gonna do is ask the world of me, and you give me what you give me. I don't.
Ass to kiss.
I don't do it. I'm a good friend.
You're a great friend.
Thank you. I'm a great friend. Joy is a great friend. But what we're not going to do at this juncture in our lives
is that
juncture
in our lives.
Yeah, we're not going to tolerate bullshit. You got to come correct.
And we're going to see it too. Yeah. You got to understand.
We're
going to see bullshit is recognized.
Yeah.
Even if we don't speak on it,
we see it.
Thank you. Please continue. Sorry, continue.
No, you're good. Mm-hmm. We see it. But at the same time, I just think sometimes friends have this, we go back like babies in car seats. Mm-mm. I can do this. I can get over with them. Nope. No, that's the last person you should do it with. Because that shows you don't respect the friendship. That's what that shows. You don't respect.
That's the key word. Respect.
Because as you grow older, you're supposed to treat the person closest to you better, not worse.
Yep.
You're not supposed to take them for granted.
Nope.
You're supposed to pour into them the way they pour into you. It's supposed to be a partnership, a dialogue. You ever have a conversation with somebody that's one-sided? Mm-hmm. And you're like, yeah, so what do you like to do? Oh, I like to go bowling. Oh, so what's your favorite color? It's blue.
Red.
What's your favorite TV show? Grey's Anatomy, which is mine. But no one's ever asking you
back. Right. It's like, what's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color? What's your favorite thing?
And we're over those.
Yes, it's a one-sided friendship. And what I don't do is one-sided friendships anymore. I don't have the energy or time for it. So
I'm good.
3 on my list is entitled friends who think because we have years on us that means something. No, I have to give you the respect and the time and the attention that you deserve to honor our friendship, and I expect the same. If I don't get it, poo pow, peace, be gone. I don't have the time to argue with anybody. We're not doing that.
Arguing?
We're too beautiful.
First of all,
too dope.
We've argued enough with each other,
bro.
I'm not arguing with nobody.
And I hate the fact I even say bro, but we're so close, bro, sis, nigga, whatever. We're not doing that.
No.
But when friends do it, at least it's bad enough if we do it to each other, which we don't.
Right.
But when it's somebody on the outside.
Oh no, you on the outside looking in, you're gonna keep on being on the outside,
keeping on. So
on that side. No.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I would like to know the world's entitlement about choices of women's bodies. Get out of women's wombs right now. I hate the entitlement of people asking, if you're in a relationship, when are you going to have a kid? Roe versus Wade. That's entitlement. The government's entitlement. Secondly, it's people around you. But
telling us what to do with our fucking bodies. Shut the fuck
girl,
up and sit the fuck down.
Talk to Mike. You ain't even talking in the mic. She's so mad she ain't even talking.
Old ass white men in Congress. And if you're black, cooning too. Entitlement. Get out of our bodies. You did not bring us into this world. You don't have reproductive organs.
If you don't have a uterus,
shut up.
I don't want to hear nothing you have to say. I'm only listening to people who have uteruses that are talking about uteruses.
And even if you do Marjorie Green, you can sit the fuck down too, because I don't want to hear you either.
You're
not
in
gonna
front
tell
of
me
ours.
what to do with my body.
No, thank you. But also not just that on a judicial on that level. That's not the right word. Political. Thank you. And also on a grander scale.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also talking about people that are policing people's bodies of. You've been in a relationship for a while. Well, when are you going to get married? When you're married, when are you going to have a kid? When you have a kid, when are you going to have another kid? If you've chosen to have children, if you've chosen not to have children.
That comes from family and friends.
Exactly. And it feels like people feel entitled to ask you about your life choices and then not only ask you, judge you. Don't judge. Do not judge people about a position that you don't have the heart to be in.
That's right.
If you can't handle what this person's choice is, that's your opinion. And understand they're like assholes. Everyone has them.
Everyone.
Okay, so your opinion on how I'm deciding to live my life, how she's deciding to live her life, how anybody is deciding to live their life, it is none of your fucking business.
None.
Stop asking women when they're having children. Stop asking women when they're going to have another child. Stop asking women when they're going to get married. The marriage isn't the womb thing, but get out of women's bodies.
Can we be real transparent? I love you, mommy. You know I'm gonna go there. Y'all want transparency, I'm gonna give it. My mother was on my ass for like the last about 8 years ago. She was on my ass because I'm an only child. And
like,
she wants a grandchild. And I'm like, what part of it takes a village and I ain't find the right man and I'm not doing this shit by myself. Don't you understand? I love you.
Listen, there are women that do. I am a product of a single parent home.
And my mother, for the most part, she raised me. My dad was in my life, but he did not live with me. So yes, my mom, I grew up in the single household with me, my mother, and my cat. 3 women. So I get it.
Even me.
Girl. I get it. And I'm blessed that my mom is a strong Black woman, but I'm her only chance of having a grandchild. And I had to tell her about 8 years ago, get off my back because you are stressing me out. And in the world that we live in, and I don't have cousins and a father and uncles and aunts, it takes a village and I don't have that.
Yeah.
And in order for me to bring a child into this world, I have to have a certain village in order to do so.
Right.
And I'm also...
And that's what a lot of people don't realize.
Yes.
Like they just go out and do it. And I feel like it's kind of entitled to just run out and do it just to do it.
And
what are your reasonings?
Yes. If you have the foundation to bring a child into this world,
absolutely.
And you have people that you don't have to leave them at a daycare where there's guns involved or fentanyl involved, where babies are dying, God forbid, may that baby rest in peace. It makes me sick to my stomach. If you don't have that kind of support system,
is a crazy place.
You cannot judge people who don't or who hesitate,
who have chosen
not to bring children into this world. That is not for you to decide our womb. It's not
of women's wombs.
Yes, and I had to tell my own mom, Ma, I love you. I said Levisa and Chavez to you, but it's not. The chances of you having one out of here is slim to none. And if I decide different, that's my choice.
Right.
But I shouldn't feel or be made to feel like from my mother, society, men,
random people that don't even know you.
Yes.
Or some that do.
Or some scrub ass motherfuckers that do that think they have a mouth to speak. Everyone has a mouth, but you talking shit. And, women who don't have a certain, or have children or hasn't birthed a baby ain't shit. Screw you, suck a dick.
I think that should be a whole nother show.
Yeah,
and we should have some
suck a dick.
That screw you, suck a dick panties.
Screw you, suck a dick panties, because we're talking from a place of sincerity right now.
Right.
Me and Joy are women that are in our careers.
Yes.
And whether or not we want children is our fucking business.
Yep.
And we're not going to have anybody come at us and make us feel, because right now that we are living our best lives, making the most money we've ever made, and blessed to do the things we want to do, as far as bringing this podcast to you, which costs Honey.
That shit ain't free.
No, it's not free. And to travel and do the things we want to do, we're not going to let anybody out there make us feel bad for it. The life you chose is the life you chose. We bless you. God bless.
And I'm not here to judge anyone for the decisions that they've made. But don't come over here and judge anyone else.
Yes, what we chose over here is what we chose over here. And if we choose different, that's up to us.
And guess what? No one is here saying that we're not. We're saying that this is a choice that we are only going to make on our own and with our partners.
Yes. And we're not going to let anybody out there in TV land say anything different. That part. Gone.
Next.
And
motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
Okay.
And,
entitled.
Entitled panties, goddamn. We giving you all of it. 4 is family for me, but it kind of really went into my mom but it's also family entitlement because I want to bring up something. My ex fiance Jay, he had a big family, and I used to be jealous of it. And I used to say to him all the time, "I'm so jealous you got this big ass family." And he's like, "Babe, stop with that. Just because you got a big family don't mean you got people you can go to when it's time that you need help or when you need prayer, when you need money or when you need support. Big family don't mean shit." And it made me realize that family a lot of times feel that they're entitled to your wealth. Family feels they're entitled to your time, your success. They want to be put on when they didn't do shit just because they family. It don't work that way.
Right.
It don't work that way. And you have to be okay with that. I've had to learn to turn away family, cut off family that would have sucked me and my mother bone dry of our finances, our love, our time, our support, because they were just people that had their own interests. And that's okay too. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to say, I see your entitlement and I raise you one to where I'm not going to deal with it.
No, it's called boundaries.
It's called boundaries, and everyone needs to get some. Yep. Go to number 5.
Well, my number 5 is kind of just more like a statement. So basically people who are entitled just do or say what they want without consideration for others, which basically I feel is main character syndrome gone wrong. So main character syndrome is basically where you are the main character of your life. You know, kind of everything revolves around you. A slight air of entitlement, but in a healthy way, because I think your ego can be a healthy thing as long as you keep it in check. But once it gets out of whack and gets crazy, I think that's when entitlement starts to sink in. So basically people who are entitled just do or say what they want without consideration for others, and then they'll take theirs from the middle, and then when you call them on their entitlement, they'll be angry. So
most of the time when people do that, they haven't done the work in their own lives.
Exactly. And then also, it's just one of those, I'm me, I'm special. Listen, everyone is special to someone. You're special to your parent. You're special to your spouse. Yep. You're special to your children. You're special to your family. You're special to the people in your life. But when you get outside, don't nobody give a fuck about you.
Fuck. You just a regular schmo.
You know what I'm saying? I think Chris Rock had a stand-up where he was talking about how he got his daughters ready for the real world. It was like, outside of these walls, don't nobody give a fuck about you.
And then he said,
and sometimes, look, he said, and sometimes in this house, there are people who don't give a fuck about you. You know, Chris Rock's funny.
That part. Well, it's a lot of times growing up at my house with my mama to where I know she didn't give a fuck about me, because she was like, I'm the mother, you're the child. What I say goes. I don't give a fuck about your little ego, your hormones.
Bitch, I gave you that ego.
I brought you in this world. I take you out. Shout out to Lola,
my Lord.
mother.
That's like a statement.
And that's a black statement.
Yeah,
no
because
white people
I brought you in this world. I take you out.
And they mean that.
And I'm scared as hell. I'm grown and I'm scared of my mother.
My mom, I'm 5'11". My mother's 5'6". My mother, when I was 13 and 16, respectfully, I know the years. 13 is when she choked me on the bed.
Sorry.
I came at my
we have
mom.
One of those?
It was a Saturday, and I came at my mother, and I said some slick shit going up the hall, and I sucked my teeth real hard like Jamaicans do. And now that shit dragged. Like it was, and I was looking at the whole.
She's like, is this bitch losing her mind?
What? I was not in labor with this heifer for 36 hours.
Not the 36.
Hell no. My mom came up the hall. She must have took 3 steps. No, 3 steps. Big steps. 1, 2, 3. snatched me by the back of my shirt,
Ooh.
hemmed me up. I'm 5'11" at the time. I've been the same height since I was 13. She's 5'6", 5'11", 5'6". Hemmed me up against the wall and told me, "Don't you ever." And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't gonna repeat what she said, but I got the message. Okay.
No. Your mother's gonna make, because at some point you start smelling yourself. Not to get off topic.
You do.
At 16,
no,
I was smelling my. At 16, I did my smell myself, and I said I wasn't going to school.
I said the same,
and I tried to. I thought I was big and bad, and then all I'm gonna say is I was in a headlock. And then I had to go to school. And when I went to school, shout out to my girl, Brina, I had lied and said I got jumped. Because, you remember? Because, okay.
Oh, Nick, I remember that.
Yeah, because I thought I was cute.
She came.
I thought I was cute.
I was like,
and I really tried to push up on my mother.
Shout out to Miss J. The Pantease gang.
Yo,
Jay and Lolo, y'all.
I pulled up on my mother, and my mother pulled my motherfucking card and then sent me to school.
Lorraine and she was like, play. Lolo did
she was like, yeah, I bet you won't do that shit again. And she was right. I never did again. So
my mama
we ain't entitled like that.
We're not entitled like that.
I only had to feel the fire once.
Sometimes family would try you, and you have to learn when to cut it off.
Yeah. I felt entitled. That's why my mom swung on.
I felt entitled at 13 and 16. Mama showed me.
He's like, headlock. Shit. What?
My mother almost
PTSD. Oh,
out.
Lord, child.
My mama
never again.
choked me out. And she was like wringing my neck. And I saw when it snapped in her head.
She's like, oh, this is my child.
I'm about to take my child out.
You know what? Sorry, moms, because we know y'all both watch. Sorry.
No, my mom is, she gonna crack the fuck up when she sees.
My mom's gonna be like, you told that story?
Like this. Look. Yup. Yeah, I did it. And what?
My mom tried to be all demure and mortified. I don't remember that. What?
Not Lorraine.
All my peoples remember it because I lied.
My mama said
and shout out to Brina. She was like, what? First of all, Brina was always ready to ride. She was like, where? Where we going? And I pulled the side. I was like, shh, come here. Shut up.
When you told me, I was like, oh, Miss J did that? I ain't surprised. My mama, Lolo, she wasn't one of those, oh, what did, no, she was like, yeah, I said it.
I said it.
Miss Soldier. I thought I told you. Don't come to me with the shit again. Don't come to me with the shits. And yeah, I learned my lesson.
That was my 5. So
my last one is off of when I said, remember?
Oh, when we were talking about men, some men feeling entitled
is the fifth entitlement, because I did self, work, friends, family. The last one is relationship, and my best friend already tied into it. Men with little effort expect your time.
Some
men, yes, because
we don't generalize here.
Some men
Big Girl Pantease.
with little effort expect your time, your attention, and your body. Sometimes after one date, without supplying any substance. Bro, please. What you're not gonna do? Okay, this is what I'm gonna say right here on camera. I have no problem saying. I don't give a fuck who see it. I don't give a damn.
We hope everybody sees it. That's the point. No.
All this is a vibe. Homie, love a friend is what you get with me.
You gonna quote R. Kelly?
I didn't even want to bring the man up. You said his name.
Well, as soon as I heard homie, love a friend.
But I ain't go to that. I went to what it means. When someone is your homie, you're loving your friend. And any man out there knows why that's important. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that's going to watch. I'm going to be in my wife beater and basketball shorts watching my Knicks game. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. Yes. I'm the one that's going to joke around and laugh with you. I'm a slap box with you if we need to. I'm gonna watch Martin, but I'm also the one that's gonna cook for you. I'm also one that's gonna do your resume over if you need help. I'm gonna be the one that help you go over your business plan. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna elevate you. So I think a lot of men, not all, but some men think that because, like my best friend said, they take you on a date, they spend some money, you're supposed to get something. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You have to earn this. And you're not just earning the box. No, that's easy. A lot of women.
The box is attached to a human being.
No, but there's any woman that can give that. You get the whole experience with certain women. And with certain women, you're getting the homie, love a friend. You are getting, you are the perfect verse over a tight beat. I am the perfect verse over a tight beat. And I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say it because I know what I bring to the table.
That's right.
Yes, because a lot of women know they the bomb, and men or women make them feel like they can't say it. I'm not perfect, and I have a lot to learn. But I'm a damn good friend. I'm a damn good woman. I'm a damn good co-worker, and I bust my ass for the people I care for. So if you got this, you're blessed and highly favored because I'm giving you my all, and I expect you to do the same. And what's not going to happen, you're not going to get all this because you took me out on a date. I've been to Del Frisco's. I've had men drop $500, $600, $700 on a fucking date, and that was the only date because I thought that's what they led with. Or a man that got 2 trucks or this, that. No, I need to see your heart. I need to see what you're about. I need to see how you treat your family.
Right.
I need to see what your growth is because I'm willing to grow with you, but you have to come to the table not expecting to get what you're going to get because you drop a couple of dollars. I can pay my own fucking way. I am blessed to where I can go out and pay for our dinner. I don't need you to do so. I need you to feed my spirit, feed my mind, and my soul. And if you do that, you might get a bite at this body. And if you don't, you should be okay with that too. A nice dinner and a nice date does not equate anything else. You put your best foot forward and you pray and hope that that's enough. It's not entitlement to get the box, a second date, or anything else because you dropped a couple of dollars. I could drop a lot of dollars. That don't.
It's not about the money.
It's not about the money. It's about the heart. It's about why you're doing this. Do you see value in me?
Yeah.
Can we talk about things? Because I only want a man that's gonna hold my hand when my mother closed her eyes for the last time. And I love my mother to death. She is my core. But I need the type of man that's gonna be in my life that when she closed her eyes for the last time, he's my rock. And that ain't got shit to do with how much you drop at a fucking dinner. And you're not gonna get this because you drop money at a dinner. You're not gonna get this because you can send me a beautiful text. Good morning. You're not going to get this because you see my show and you're in my DMs and you think you're doing the bare minimum. You're not going to get this and you say you're going to send shit to the job and flowers and all that and it's been 4 months and you ain't send shit. I don't need none of that. I buy my own fucking flowers.
Who shit?
I'm calling it out.
The reason why I'm saying who shit is, yeah.
You already know.
She talking about transparency.
But you still in my DMs talking about you so sexy. That don't mean shit to me. I see past all of that. Entitlement is a motherfucker, and it will get you caught up.
Got me feeling it.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, you don't.
Your entitlement got you twisted.
Tripping, twisted, all that. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I'm going to leave it with that. What we're not going to do in relationships, men, if this is you, please stop acting like because you treat a woman to a good meal or a good date, first date, that means you're supposed to get anything. That's the bare minimum you should be doing. Show up and show us what you're about. And if a woman is a woman, it's going to be reciprocated in different ways down the line. But always put your best foot forward and don't expect shit from it.
But, the flip side is, ladies, don't be feeling entitled to this man's time and a relationship because you've gone out.
Yep.
And now there's an expectation of it. And it's like, that is also the flip side. But women will
also string a man along, knowing they're not feeling him, knowing they will keep them around. They feel entitled to keep them around, knowing you don't have any
intention
to
of being with this man.
But
there's a flip side of entitlement. Yep.
Because you're a cheap, broke bitch and you can't afford to pay for your own lamb chops or steak. And on that note,
if you made it this far,
thank you for coming out,
listening to our rants.
God bless you and motherfucking good night.
And thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.
Wrap it up, Wolfie.
Try not to be entitled in your lives, folks. Peace.